Ladies and gentlemen, welcome, for real this time, I swear, to BFA. Before I tell you a couple stories about what is he doing in the pool. Are there just earthen in the world now because I've unlocked that? Is that a thing? Sorry. Uthor, when did this earthen get here? This multi-tiered craftsmanship on these baths is brilliant. A waterfall feature built right into the internal plumbing systems would triple the efficiency of the fire baths in Dornegal. Though now that I think about it, this water is a bit chilly. Perhaps there's some nearby magma vents we can connect it to get it heated up. That's actually really cool. And weirdly enough, makes sense. So, let's talk about allied races very, very briefly. Because you notice we're not showing off the cutscene first. I swear, just bear with me, okay? Oh, by the way, where's the historian? So, because I couldn't find him. And I had too little information to go off of. So, allied races are something they invented in Legion, and kept doing periodically. Most of the allied races are either reskins of existing meshes, in some cases very, very pathetic reskins, like the Lightforged Draenei, or the High Mountain Tarn. But in some cases, they do some decent stuff with it, like the Volpera, stuff like that. And most of the allied races unlock or join the party, relatively early or midway through a given campaign. It's part of a thing. For example, the Maghar had their quest arc during BFA 8.0. The Dark Iron Dwarves, same general concept. You get the idea. The Earthen are interesting because the Earthen becoming playable is actually part of the MSQ of War Within. So, in a very strange and roundabout way, it makes sense that the Earthen would not be out in the world until after you've already unlocked them. Which makes sense. And I don't want to go too much into yet another contrast between FF14 and WoW, but the idea here is that WoW is so alt-friendly, and it wants you. WoW is designed from the ground up, and is continuing to improve the design of making the game more alt-friendly. It wants you to play multiple characters, and it constantly encourages you and gives you tools and resources to make that onboarding of additional characters easier, smoother, and generally just a better experience, right? I do agree it is not perfect. I do agree that there's a few issues here and there. But for the most part, that's definitely WoW's philosophy. By contrast, FF14 is designed from the ground up to be played on a single character. You can have alts in FF14. The game does everything in its power to discourage you from doing so, right? So, Flip, you with me? And I'm going to take a snapshot of that as Mirror Star. Thank you. Because we're going to need that shortly. There we go. Just going to put that down there. The reason I bring all that up is this is why stuff like this doesn't irritate me. Earthen being out in the world until after you've already beaten the current campaign makes sense because everything in the game is encouraging you to go around and play the game through again, right? It wants you to go have a second character or a third character or 15th character, and that's when you notice all the new stuff that has been added to the world. And I did notice they did this with the Drakthir as well, over in Dragonflight. And yeah, Magister mentioned finding an Earthen in Vashir, which is hysterical, by the way. So, yeah, that's cool. But that's not what we're here to do. We're here to look at outfits. Don't worry, this is going to be really short, because BFA's outfits suck. Okay, so let's just go with this, all right? So, let's see here. Let's see. All right, let's go ahead and look at our appearances. Let's look at our sets. Okay, we'll start with Monk. It'll be cool. Let's see here. So we've got... What do we got? Let's scroll down. There's Antorus. Okay, so we've got Uldir. Dazar'alor. Yeah. Eternal Palace. Yep. And Ny'alotha. So, that's not too bad. Yeah, 4. That's not great. It's terrible. It's garbage, really. But it's the worst thing ever known to human existence. There is the Warfront sets. That's who. Do I see those here? I should. I have them. Like, I literally have... Well, I don't have this one, but I have the other one on my Paladin. That's why I turned off the filter, but, like... I'm not seeing it. That's very strange. Alright, whatever. We'll figure it out. I lost my place. Where am I? No, that's still... Oh, I bet I know what it is. I bet I know what the problem we're working into. Hang on. I think I know exactly what's going on. No? That's still not it. Huh. We'll get back to it. First, hang on. Let me do this. Let me get caught up. Mortal 55. Metro Exodus. Thank you, Ross. Mafia. And Resident. Evil Block. Thank you, as always, Mortal, for being part of the show. Yeah, I actually think the LGAs went pretty well. I sure hope so. I spent way too much time on them. Oh, there it is. God, I'm blind. It was right above. Okay, so this is the actual suit I have. Hey, look at that. Don't have any of the Gladiator, but I have the Warfront suit. Hey! Yeah, this year, I'm sorry, WoW is going to sweep this year. It is. There's nothing else for it. WoW is going to get too many things, both on the top and the bottom. So anyways, this set is legit. I actually completely agree. This suit right here, the Legionnaire suit. Like, yeah, let's look at the Rogue equivalent here. Oh, God. Right there. Yeah, no, these suits are actually really awesome. So there's your, I'm pretty sure it's, yep. So, okay, let's talk about why BFA suits have never clicked for me. You'll notice that this is all just a big swath of gray. Why I've essentially never bothered to go through and get these suits, other than the Warfront one. The Uldir, Dazar'alor, and the Eternal Palace, and I believe Ny'alotha as well. Looks like it. Hang on, let me double check that really quick. Yep, they don't have class sets. There are no class sets. Yeah, they're not tier sets in the traditional sense of the word. So they're just, that's your leather suit. There's leather, cloth, mail, and plate, not in that order, obviously, and that's it. Now, that's fine, and I kind of understand why they did that, but I will be honest with you, from the perspective of just an individual player, that totally de-invested me in even bothering. And if you need to explain why, you remember when Huthor hopped on a couple weeks ago and started sharing images of the new class sets coming out in the new raid, Undermined, in just a few weeks? That's why. There's something exciting and interesting about seeing new class sets. I may not like them, they may not be for me, but there's always that little, oh man, look at the warrior set from the next raid, right? Or, oh, I can't wait to go farm such and such sets from this raid, right? Like, yeah, it's exciting. There's an interest. There's a fun there. And obviously, from a gameplay perspective, class sets tend to be legit. Set bonuses, I mean, it's Diablo 3 gameplay, right? Set bonuses tend to be very, very legit when it comes to class sets, or at least usually. But I'm getting off topic. So the point here is we might give some visual storytelling positives to these. But for the first time, since we've been reviewing this, no class will get any positives for this because none of them are classes. So let's just glance at them. So let's just go look at cloth first, shall we? So there's our cloth Battlefront suit. Honestly, I do think the Battlefront suits are pretty legit, as I already mentioned. These are, in fact, the only suits I think that are pretty legit. Nice detail, nice materials, nice color choice. Obviously, what you're looking at is the Alliance version. I will actually have to switch and show off the other one. But the Alliance version of this set, it's awesome. I was just showing off the Rogue one. That is sharp. I'm sorry. That looks fantastic. In fact, that without the helmet... Yeah, no, I like that a lot. Correct, Pillage of Snow. In fact, I've already found a site that's going to help me with that. Yeah, BFA had the Azurite armor. No, Alliance, that is a very solid suit. That is sharp. Check that out. Male, Shaman, sure. That's not my thing. I'm trying to put my finger on why. Like, the scale mail look works for me, and I like the vest, but, like, I think something about the shoulders is just eh. And, yeah, that codpiece is way going out there. And the helmet? I don't know. I'm not a huge fan of the helmet. I should do that as Miristar. Because, yeah, I actually have honor marks on my main, I think. And, like, I could live with the shoulders. Hey, let's look what... let's get rid of our actual helmet here really quick. And let's see what this looks like without the helmet. Oh, that is much sharper. Look at that. Immediate improvement. Check that out. No, that's actually pretty solid. I'm with it. I'm with it. And then, of course, plate. You've actually technically already seen plate, but just to reiterate, plate, which I actually do have, I really like this suit. For the longest time, this was actually the suit that I had on my Paladin, like I just mentioned. I actually got this in the Arathi Warfront at the time. And I got it because, A, I freaking loved the Warfronts. I'm the only one in the world. And B, because I thought the suit looked fantastic. But yeah, let's just see what this looks like without... No, that's just straight up Warcraft 3 Paladin. Look at that. In fact, hang on. Hang on. That's not going to list it here, is it? Let's do... Nah, it's too red. We need some... Oh, there it is, there it is. There we go. I will. I will. No, that's solid. I like that. So, yeah, Warfront armor plus. Enjoy that. It's one of the only ones we're getting. This is Sparkler. That's a negative, Laura. That's a negative. Okay, back over here. So let's look at the Uldir sets. So first of all, there's this Dorkish. Okay. This was when I transitioned from being a warrior to a demon hunter, when we made an official transition from that. And I'm not going to lie, at least part of that mentality was because this was the set I was looking forward to. This nonsense. I'm sorry, I hate this. I hate this suit. I can't even put it just looks dorky to me. I think the helmet is at least part of it, as usual. But even without the helmet, that just... No, that doesn't work. That doesn't work at all. Here's Mythic. Oh yeah, much better. A little more Greek, actually. I'm not joking. That kind of does actually work better. It looks very Greek, doesn't it? And then, yeah, the others are just recolors. Okay. Over here, let's go ahead and look at male. Yep, as usual, hunters get shafted. They really did like their copper and bronze stuff in BFA, which I didn't mind. Not really. But, And again, I just say, not a huge fan. All right, next. Leather. That's not bad, actually. I'm kind of with that. Yeah, I of all people understand that asking your art team to constantly put out themed sets like multiple times a year is actually really, really difficult to do. And I get it, I really do. From the actual sketches to the actual meshes to then actually, you know, morphing them to all the class. I get it. But man, I was not a fan of BFA stuff. There's the normal. Get your copper on. I don't know, that's fine. Let's look at cloth. That's yep, that's cloth. That's just straight up terrifying, is what that is. I suppose that's the point. They all have this triple spoke thing, you notice that? How are they doing it now? They have more artists, I believe, is the answer. WoW actually increased its overall team size after they fired a bunch of people. Funny how that works out. Hello, Evo. Yeah, Evo can tell you how hard it is to constantly come up with new set designs and new art design this often. Alright, I'm going to call that a wash. Let's look at Dazar'alor. Okay, so this is... Okay. Moving on. Let's look at Rogue, or rather, Leather. Oh! Okay, so we're just boning it up here. We're just... Thank you, Evo. We're just in the bone territory. We're in the bone zone. Cool. What else we got? Well, those are still bones. But hey, at least our face is being hidden by our own claws, or teeth? My god. Well, we added a few bones. The bones! You rat! Alright, it's okay. Plate's gonna be better. Plate's gonna be better. Here it comes. Here it comes. This is just like it's made from bone. Like they just carved bone. Oh my god! I just wasn't ready for that. It is very Monster Hunter. I actually agree with that. It is very Monster Hunter. Okay, so then we have the Battlefront that I didn't do as much of. Mostly because by the time this Battlefront came out, Darkshore, people just weren't doing it. I was really upset by that, by the way, because, you know, you get into a Arathi Warfront and it's just... And you get into a Darkshore Warfront, there's like 5 people. Which is a damn shame. I want that outfit. I don't want the helmet, as usual. It's just a running theme, isn't it? Yeah, no, that... I'm with that. It's a little purple for, like, a human, but I like that. If you type !genre, and then scroll all the way to the MMOs tab, you will actually find it, Salty Terranum. But eventually it'll be on the website once we're caught up, once we've got to War Within. I'll put it all on the website and get it all organized. It's not worth doing it until it's all done, if that makes sense, Salty Terranum. So that's why, because converting that review sheet to the website is a huge hassle. Anyways, so let's look at mail for Darkshore. Can I buy the Darkshore suit? Because, like, I kind of want to go grab these, and I can get honor marks. That's a thing. That is not great. I'm having trouble putting my finger on why. Why does this not work for me? It might just be the giant exposed arms in the middle. I don't know. Like, if the arms were covered by the same cloth leather stuff like the legs were, I think that would actually work a little bit better for me personally. Do you happen to know where is Mirastar? No, let's look at Rogue. Or no. Yeah, Rogue. That's right. That's right. Now, we saw this briefly earlier. I do think this is pretty nice, honestly. I tend to be fond of the Sub-Zero helmet. I'm old-fashioned. What do you want from me? And I do like the kind of padded cloth look. Oh, interesting. And then, of course, we have Clothy. Okay, I get it. I'm with it. Was it just the themes? Well, I mean, granted, you can't see the full write-up, but let's just say it was everything and leave it at that. Pandaria was a really well-written story. Not as well as Legion. 12 medals for a full set. It has those. One second. Mark of Honor is the name of it, right? No, I know. I just need to figure out who has them. And it's okay. I have this really weird way to find them. Here we go. So we're going to pull an in-game link here. There we go. Marks of Honor. They're on Zalash. Okay, there you go. I have an add-on that helps me track who has what for a specific item, which is, by the way, incredibly useful. It's bag sync, if you're wondering. I live and breathe that. It is invaluable. It should be default UI, to be frank. So yeah, you can see I have 7 on Dawnforge and 299 on Zalash. Honestly, I would be shocked if anything pre-War Within beats Legion on the story axis. War Within will probably beat Legion on the story axis. Anyways. So now we've got the Eternal Palace. So here's Clothy. It's very underwatery. Yeah, okay, I'm with it. Nothing super fancy, honestly. And that's... I mean, it's fine. Fun fact, I've only done the Eternal Palace twice. Ever. So when we get there, we will be on our... Oh, right, thank you for reminding me. On our 3rd time of me ever even doing it. Whoops. Sorry, I meant to do this one. There we go. Mythic! What in the world? You know, that kind of salvages it without the helmet. Hang on. Let's scooch that helmet off. There we go. That kind of salvages it. Look at that. It kind of works. Yeah, it looks like a Warlock set. It does. Okay, so here's Mythic Naga suit, because that is totally the Naga suit. Or the fish suit, if you prefer. Interesting. Let's go up to Hunter. That's fine, actually. Again, let's get rid of that helmet. It's just a theme. No, that's actually fine. It's actually weird, because part of why I like that is how simple that looks. Low tier. Which is funny if you know anything about the Eternal Palace. Yeah, it looks like a leveling suit, but I'm kind of with it. And then there's... Yeah, no, I'm still kind of with it. Again, minus the helmet. Let's get rid of that helmet. There we go. Yeah, that's the fancy version. Same general concept. And weirdly enough, I think the teal and yellow with like that kind of almost orange red highlights actually is a nice color combo. It's a good contrasting color combo. This is when Evo jumps in and says, "No, it's dumb and you're dumb and I hate you." And she's right, of course. So let's look at War, yeah. Plate! Oh my god, that's hideous! Oh my god, that's hideous! And you wonder why I stopped playing a warrior in BFA. Ugh. Okay, that's... Oh god. Oh god. Okay, it's it. Mythic can salvage it. We're just gonna move on. Let's go up to Ny'alotha. Okay, so here's Ny'alotha. Actually, you'll notice I have this entire suit. It's not from the Raid Finder. I just got this doing the events, because you could get pieces of this. So yeah, if you like tentacles, that's what Ny'alotha gear is. I like how the head tentacle actually flails behind you like hair. Do you see it? I'm not even joking though. This is going to be tentacle central. Here's the mythic plate Ny'alotha, where we've got tentacles and eyeballs. It's on theme. I cannot argue that it's not on theme. Because it totally frickin' is. Let's look at Hunter here. Okay, so this is squid face. Oh, plus eyeballs. Squids and eyeballs. Ooh. And the eyeballs do move. I see you. Wiggle, wiggle. I just see this and this just screams Hunter to me. Hunter of the Deeps. I have a lot of that too. What the hell do I have that from? It doesn't matter. Yes. I don't like those gloves. I'm sorry, just take those gloves in for a second. Like, that's just... What is going on with those gloves? Yes, I should put the squid on my head. Yes, yes. I hear everything correctly now. Yeah, the belt, I'd probably skip the belt and the gauntlets. But honestly, like, as far as, like, evil, you know, Lovecraftian cultist thing, it is pretty on brand. Like, I'll never wear that, but that's not really the goal of this, is it? So let's look at leather. I actually have the entire leather. Oh, of course I do. This is when I was playing Demon Hunter. So yeah, there's leather. I actually think it's the most boring one of them so far. Like, it's just kind of, yep. I've got vague thing. I don't even have, like I've got one eyeball, but it doesn't move. I feel gypped, you know? Eh. There we go. Now it's barely better. They barely added anything. Look at that. They really didn't. They didn't, like, add anything. It's just... No. I do like the gaping hole of darkness, though. That if you notice, it is actually a mesh there. Do you? Oh, I see it. I see it. Yep. You get a lower jaw and some more tentacliness on Mythic. I couldn't even tell the damn difference. Wow. All right, looks like a priest. That's to say cloth. No, cloth. Cloth. There we go. Oh my god. Look at the jiggly bits. Jiggly bits. Jiggly bits. Jiggly bits. Yeah, so we've just got tentacles growing out of our face now. Just straight up. That is just... Wiggle, wiggle. No, like I said, I'm kind of with it. It's very Eldritch cultisty, you know? Oh, yeah, there we go, there we go. Now that we've got even longer tentacles. Oh, yeah. Our tentacles are so big, you have no idea. Oh, yeah. Oh, God, we've got, like... Look, we've got the drape tentacles, too. I actually like that. Check that out on the shoulders. Floof, floof, floof. Floof, floof. And, of course, the eyeballs. This is... You know what? I can't believe this. I'm actually going to give a plus for this. Where's the apostrophe? After Y. It's really on brand, and you could tell some real thought and effort was put into it. Honestly, the only one that was kind of was the leather one. Even that one was fine. Yeah, this just screams Shadow Priest. And I do mean screams Shadow Priest. Yes, sir. Welcome to Wendy's. What can I get you? Okay, would you like fries with that? Yeah. Okay, okay. Hang on, we're not quite done that, though. Hang on, hang on. Let me scooch up here. Yeah, hey, Kagger. Oh my god, champion! What happened to you? Sorry, I had to mentally reset for a second where I was. I want to go this way. And yeah, Khadgar would just be like, oh yes, that makes perfect sense. How's that dagger going for you? Also, sneak peek of what is to come here. We're actually in BFA, holy crap. Can you believe it? Don't look at all this, none of this exists, none of this exists. It's like down here, isn't it? Because this is the Warfront thing. Stone crafting, tailoring, enchanting. Hey, he sells designer rocks. Nice. Yeah, I'm looking for the armor. Look, that's how this go, okay? That's how this be. Okay, now pretend for a moment I don't know where the PvP area is. Okay. Cross the river west of the city. Over here? Somewhere? I see quest, that's a good sign. Ah, here we go. I believe. There's several of these I don't have. Am I going to have to go start farming Marks of Honor again? I don't think I am. Looks, I don't want that one. I want... No, I don't want that one. Is that it? Which is the one I actually want? I will. That's why I'm actually... That's the other reason I switched to a hard character. But I don't know which is which. I can't actually recognize them. So whatever. Let's go ahead and switch over here. Okay, so this is apparently... I don't have... Oh, it's because I have the plate version. Yeah, of course I do. Because, yeah. Okay, so... So, there's plate, Warfront. It looks great on an orc, I can actually tell you that, but it's... Eh... And then, of course, we have mail, which is... Well, I mean, mail is honestly never really that great. As usual, I do think that the helmet is the missing thing. Yeah, just like the other one, these are all very orc-centric. In fact, I'm just going to go switch to an orc, make this a little easier. We might as well. Orc. There you are. There's a familiar statement off the deeper end. I only play such and such MMO because my friends play it. It's always funny to kind of trace that line up to whoever actually started the MMO in question and got everyone else to join it. Hey, Trihexia. Welcome back, Brandon. Is there a way to, like, filter by expansion? No, of course not. Alright, whatever. There it is. Okay, so, as I was saying... So yeah, so you see what I mean? This is what the Warfront armor looks like on an orc. It is very clearly designed for an orc. Straight up. Now, this is part of the problem, because the Alliance armor in my opinion, looks much better. And I mean that, because the Alliance armor, and I can tell you this definitively, looks good on several races. The Orc armor doesn't. It is clearly signaling Orc. I get why. I also have always had a suspicion, though I have no proof of this, that these Warfront suits, the 4 Warfront suits, were actually the part of the progenitors of what became Heritage armors. Because they are very, very clearly human, Orc, Night Elf, and Forsaken, right? Like, they are very clearly designed for those 4 races. So, yeah, we were just looking at it. There's the male one. And, yeah, Orc Raider, right? Straight up. Like, even that dorky helmet kind of works in a barbarian kind of a way. Leather. Yeah, that's... Yeah. In fact, it just straight up looks like some of the Shattered Hand Assassins. That's actually pretty solid. Probably my favorite of those so far. And then, of course... Korst? I mean, that's clearly the Warlock unit from Warcraft 2, for God's sakes. That is straight up the Orc Warlock, right? It's not just me, right? Am I crazy? Am I crazy? Tell me I'm crazy. Crazy. And I'm just double checking. Oh my god. Oh my god. I'm gonna summon me some demons. Damn. So, yeah, okay. Not terrible, actually. Yeah, no, exactly, Huthor. Okay, so Dragon Age 2 and Inquisition are actually Dragon Age, Mass Effect Trilogy, and Hawkwing Shepherd. Dragon Age 2 is Mass Effect 2. Inquisition is Mass Effect 1. Veilguard is Mass Effect 3. Interesting. But I'm completely with it. So hang on. So let's switch over to... Hey! What's going on? Y'all wanted me to, like, try on some outfits or something? Yeah, okay. I just had to turn my gun into a sword the size of a mountain. It was weird. I don't know. Nope, wrong one. This one. So, let's start with Priest. We'll start at the bottom. So yeah, this is definitely not Forsaken Priest, right? Totally not Forsaken Priest. I mean, come on. Come on. What's going on? Feel like I should, like, mix some random chemicals and beakers together or something, you know? Just do a thing. Just be like, you know. Alright, let's try out this leather. What we got? God, it almost looks Gilnean, doesn't it? Like, almost. Yeah, I noticed that on the Alliance one, too. Because I actually have the higher tier version of the Alliance ones. I got them back in the day. Okay, Hunter. Okay, I'm gonna be real. This looks dorky. Listen, I've been a hunter all my own life. I gotta say, tired of all the terrible outfits we get. Can someone please give us hunters a good outfit? Just once. That's all I'm asking, okay? Here, listen. I happen to know, because I'm from the future. Don't ask. That there's this suit. Okay, what is this suit? There's this suit, right? Okay, this isn't it. Don't worry about this. And it's like from this raid, okay? And this raid has like some of the best gear. So if this suit isn't good for hunters, then I give up. Here we go. You know, I'm kind of with it. Like the Proto-Drake, the clearly Proto-Drake shoulder, one shoulder. And just the combination of leather and bone and fur. And it's not too much like we had back in Dazar'alor. I'm kind of with that. I'm kind of feeling that. It's still not what I would call high tier, but, I mean, for hunters, you know? Yeah, and it once again looks very Monster Hunter. I don't know. But, anyways, back into it. Alright, so. Okay, so. Let's try plate. I'm sure plate's gonna be great. Here, check it out. Sup? I'm a warrior. This is weirdly low tier, and I'm kinda with it. Like, this barely looks stylized. In fact, if you actually are paying attention, it's mostly leather with a bit of chainmail and then a couple of plates here and there. And yeah, it's straight up Death Guard. What's up? Hi. Hey. How are things? Why don't I see the elaborate versions? Hey, check it out. I got a squid on my head. Wait, no, I'm sorry. I should be a hunter. There we go. What's up? Is this better? How are things? Are there things good? You know, I asked him to replace my face. I should have probably specified what with. What do you mean? I am definitely the original Swiftshot, and not a mind flayer who has replaced him body and soul. What's up? I'm gonna test something just super quick. And then we gotta do one other thing, and then, finally, we'll show out the other thing. So I need to hop on you, go do this. So I'm curious of something now. So first and foremost, let's pop this. And just drop these in here. I can still buy from there now, right? Yep. Perfect. It's okay, Magister. I understand. I wouldn't vote for me either. I'm not much of a donkey. Also, the vote's closed. Okay. Where is she? There she is. Hey, look! Hey, look, it's a spaceship. Hey, Huthor! Hey, Huthor. Hey, Huthor. Guess where I am? This should be over here. This is probably faster. I sacrificed everything. I sacrificed being in space. Oh god, the Valentine's Day crap is everywhere. Whoop, nope. Bad lore. Habit. Okay, is it you? Nope. Yep, Valentine's is up right now. I still haven't gotten the mount. I will never get that mount. It doesn't exist. It doesn't exist. Hey, look, it's Fjarnskagel. Sorry. It doesn't exist, Lady Fairy. I have actually seen it. Once. Literally once in-game. I love how Fiona's here, by the way. Hi, Fiona. I'm gonna need a little guidance because I have no idea where this is. Ah! Yeah, prosperous Kultiras. We'll talk about them when we get there. Not too long. We'll, in fact, get there today. Hopefully. If I can ever find this vendor. I have no idea. I don't even have the beginning, so I'm just roaming. Like, hi, Yura. Are you about to hang someone? Oh my god, they're hanging people. They're just straight up hanging people in the streets. Oh my god. I don't think I've seen that before. Kultiras, ladies and gentlemen. Great people. Okay, so empty area. It was over here somewhere, maybe. Yeah, that's actually an interesting point. In all sincerity, they probably should have gone to war over what they did to an actual representative of the Alliance. Like, I'm sorry. That's, absolutely war territory. Okay. Hey, Don. Thank you as always. Is this Siren Isle music? Hey, OG. OJ? OJ? Hi. Interesting. Well, this does answer my primary question. It looks like we can't get the advanced versions here. I do have this, for some reason. Unless I'm not seeing it? Oh well. I was just curious anyways. Wait, what? Ask Evo or be destroyed. It's like completely unchanged. You're joking, Uthor. That's terrible. Okay, you remember that old content team I keep banging on about that they need to add to this game? Hey, old content team, fix that. The first game, I remember having expansion effect. Gosh. Ironically, it would probably be Warcraft 2. Dark Portal. Or, StarCraft. I know I have this stupid helmet. I know I have this stupid helmet. Okay, so that's Warlords. That's Legion. That's still Legion. Here's BFA. I do not see the helmet. Ah! Well, okay, whatever. Okay, that's my place. No, that is it. That is it. It's not labeled anything different. Do you see that? It's 7th Legionnaire's breastplate versus 7th Legionnaire's chest guard. So anyways, I actually have this suit, as I have already proven, as I'm currently proving. So there's the improved plate version. The main difference you can tell... Let me get rid of that glowing weapon of doom there. Really quick. There we go. The main difference is up on the shoulders. Hands are a bit different too. Probably not, Gum Gum. No, you're absolutely right, Evo. Expansion effect is an old... You know what? I'm an idiot. You know the first expansion effect that I can think of? Mega Man 2. Oh, you're right, you're right. Apparently I didn't get the chest then. And apparently I didn't get the legs either. Yeah, there we go. That looks more accurate. I guess I never finished it. That makes sense, though. That does look sharp, though. I like that suit. It's a damn shame I basically can't get it anymore. Tracking unavailable for this item. Yeah, that makes sense. Jesus. Yeah, I can, Magister, but I never will. Oh, well. That makes sense. Moving on. Whoops, whoops, whoops. One more quick thing to show off. I swear I'm not just putting off BFA as hard as I can. Push, push, push. So this, if you remember, is Rage Roar. He was our Mag'har orc. Draenor may be lost to us, but my heart tells me I will see its skies again one day. Yeah, just go to Outland, lady.
Fight with honor!
Though Draenor is lost to us, we will never forget our ancestral home or those who were lost in the fight for our freedom. Your victories in Azeroth prove the people have earned a place within the Horde. It pleases me to give you this symbol of our proud lineage.
Die in defending the Horde against its enemies. You have brought honor to the Mag'har. Accept this gift, the traditional armor of our people. Wear it with pride as a reminder of our homeland. Dranoshek Mag'har!
Where is it? Oh, God. All right, it's all the way at the end, isn't it? Yeah, there it is. Oh, I get different colors. There's Frostwolf, Blackrock, and Warsong. Not too shabby. Sure, here's the Mag'har quest. All right, now that we've covered that. You're probably wondering why I went out of my way to not do the Earthen quest until I did it on camera. It's because all the other Allied Race Unlock quests you can't do again. They're gone. So I can't show you those quests. Sorry. Moving on. Traditional red for Warsong. Ice blue. I think I like black best. I don't know. What are you thinking? What are you thinking? We'll go with that one. Also, these weapons are done. Do I have anything else for weapons? Anything, really. That sounds like a no. Yeah, the Earthen ones are, I believe, the first ones they've actually designed properly. It's a shame. I'd love to show you the Union busting, which is what we go through as...
Beware of Yeti!
God damn it.
Shop, browse. Smell.
As, Volpera. Where's the ice one? I know there's an ice one. Maybe I don't have it? I might not have it. Astro, let's do that. Boom.
May your feet find good trails.
The Mag'har face a new future, Shaman. Draenor has fallen. We cannot know if we will ever set our eyes upon our homeland again, but this is not the time to wallow in past sorrows. Destiny is ours to decide. Orgrimmar is our home now, and we must make our mark upon this land. Show our allies in the Horde what it means to be Mag'har. Meet with the Ambassador, and go claim victories across Azeroth.
Years ago, the heroes of this world journeyed to Draenor and fought beside us against the Burning Legion. Now, the Horde needs our strength against the Alliance, and we have answered their call. War grips this land. Good! We will revel in the carnage and claim victory! Dranoshek Mag'har!
Why are there players running around saying ARG periodically, by the way? I've been seeing that. And I don't understand.
I'm listening.
You're the new one. I'm supposed to welcome you.
Victory.
Ah, the young hero comes before me. I am told you show great promise. Let us hope these reports prove true. The Horde has many rivals in this world. Some call us enemies, others call us outcasts. But we find strength in unity, and in defiance of those who would challenge our freedom. Rest assured, I will be taking note of your progress. As War Chief, I expect much of you, and I reward those who serve me well. Enough of these pleasantries. You have much to prove, hero. Wherever your path takes you, know that you fight for the Horde.
The Iron Horde! Wait. Anyways, Mag'har armor. Plus tabard. I actually really like this. Obviously, it really is suited for an orc, because duh. It is the perfect combination of, like, crude, brutalisk bolted iron and fur. With, like, barely stitched together leather. This just screams barbarian race to me, in a good way. I do actually think the helmet could go, though. That does improve it overall. It's funny how many times we say that in this game. I also have to say, I love the boots. I know it's a weird thing to call attention to, but those boots look very cool. Look at that. Hi, Savacum. No, I am very fond of that. That's awesome. Yeah, those are stompas. Time to get stomping for the Horde. For the Horde. Right, sorry. It's okay, we got one more. I actually, during the break, leveled this guy to level 50. It took me so long. It was like 2 hours to get from level 1, well, level 10 to level 53. It was terrible. Yeah. Love Moira.
Let's get down to business then.
The Dark Irons have never had it easy in this world, but with champions like ye to fight for them, our allies know the courage that burns in our hearts. On a fancy panther, take the armor. Let's toast to your courage with a mug of cold brew.
Now the Alliance knows we Dark Iron mean business. I couldn't have asked for a better champion. Thurgoden and Thalen cooked up a set of armor to recognise your achievements. Wear it with pride, hero.
How can I help you?
I don't know what quest that is.
The
We'll
deep
hold off on that.
places hold boundless secrets.
For right now. Although that's actually an interesting point. 'Cause this should be on my bar. There we go. I was gonna say, this...
Is there lava in your veins?
I see your iron weapons here. Those do look pretty cool, actually. Wouldn't you know, I forged them myself. So far I've got designs for a staff, one-handed axe, and a shield. I can make you some if you like. Of course, that's what I'd normally say. Unfortunately, I lost the designs in a bit under the Gleam Guzzler. I am too dry to do Dwarven right now. If you could get them back, as well as gather the materials, I'd be happy to forge you some weapons.
Forges glow. Watch over you.
Word to the wise, never bet your blueprints even if you think you got them memorized. You never know what you'll forget when you drink. Okay. Did we get the void weapons? I actually don't remember. But yeah, sorry, this is Ganit. And then some Dwarven Ale. La Cruz wine. Ugh. Ah, well, I do have the void. I was just gonna call it the Vloil. The Void Flail. Hello?
Spit it out. I got smelting to do.
Och, Thurgoden sent you, did he? You'd think old Anvil Thane would be made of tougher stuff than the rest of his drunken lot, but I guess I was mistaken. If you want to win back his designs, you're going to have to win him fair and square. Only one question left. Brawl or brew?
Honest work is good for the soul.
Let's brew!
May the Black Anvil bless you.
Sulfuron Slammers, huh? Let's do it. There. We apparently still have a succubus as a barmaid.
Speak your piece, if you must. The Dark Iron clan will forge a new future.
Okay, here, have another.
Are you here to lend a hand?
See what you want about Ragnaros. We'll make a good brew and sulfuron.
Warm yourself by the forge.
You're drinking through, right? Ain't much of a drinking contest if it's just me.
No match for small talk. Don't burn yourself on
Fist
the way out.
fight, foot race, drinking contest. You name your challenge. I beat them all.
I'd rather be hammering than talking.
Ugh, consider me sulfuron slammed. And now she's on fire.
How can I help you?
You put up a real challenge. Take the plans. I don't know how to read them anyway.
Well, back to work.
These complex blueprints detail Thurgoden's designs for weapon build are hard to parse. Notes are scribbled in margins in messy handwriting, listing modifications and notes Thurgoden left for himself. Two notes in particular stand out to you. One denotes he has left his engraving tools to the core hound trader Cassia Angerforge. The other wonders how many elementals they employ at the Grim Guzzler brewing operation. Okay. Also ding. Hello? Listen, I'm really sorry about this. I'm really sorry. I'm really sorry. I must murder you. I must destroy your face and then summon demons with your corpse. Yeah, they're fine, Magister. Listen, Savako. Listen, if you don't have a proper blood, you don't have the ambiance you need, you know? Demons show up, they like to feel welcome. They like to feel wanted. It's a common perception. Don't you enjoy feeling wanted? And what are you doing? And like you're welcomed and appreciated at your job. So you show up and they're like, hey, listen, we butchered a bunch of corpses, you know, innocent civilians, of course. And we've smeared their blood in the traditional patterns. This over here is actually the source code for Starfield. You know, we just put that there. I know that's where you got it from, so. Over here, you know. Have I played Classic? Technically, yes, I have. I mean, obviously I played Vanilla. But yes, I have also Hope Dead Classic. I mean, again, I played Vanilla when the game came out. And the beta. And the alpha.
Is there lava in your veins?
I need a point engraver.
Glow, watch over you.
Thank you.
I answer to the voice of the mountain.
He mumbles and curses under his breath about how he will defeat Jarden in their next competition.
May the Black Anvil bless you.
You return with my plans and materials. That, ha! I bet you knocked Jarden down a peg or two.
The Dark Iron Clan.
One step left, my friend. Lend me a hand in the crafting and you'll have your hands on the most powerful weapons forged in the deepest fires of the Black Rock Mountain.
The mountain guides us home.
Right then. Place those ingots on the anvil. Okay. And with just a wee bit of hammering. There. The work of a true anvil thane, if I don't say so myself.
Speak your peace.
This is but the fear and shame into even the mindless undead colossi.
I've got matters that need tending.
Oh, hope you don't mind, but I use some of your materials to make something for Kaseya he's been asking for. Could you bring it over to her?
Trifling with fire will get you.
Okay, sure. But first, grab that. So what do we have? There's the two-hander. That is a sweet-looking two-hander. That I like that. I like everything about that. The drill at the bottom. The dwarven, just the straight lines look there. My god, that looks awesome. Axe. Yep, nope, I'm with that. Shield. Extremely with that. And that's apparently it. Nothing really for my hunter, but still very cool. And if I can use them on other races, that's even better.
Our might flows from the mountain.
Thurgood found him at it, did he? And sent with just the right person.
Trifling with fire will get
I
you.
train hounds of all types, long as they're fiery. I've trained up old Grimhal here since he was a wee pup, but life in Shadowford City is what he's meant to live. Grimhal needs that special someone to bond with, someone who'll take him around all of Azeroth. Maybe that could be you. Take some time to get to know him. I think he'll warm up to you real quick.
The mountain guides us home.
Hello, Grimhal? Scritch, 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 scritch. Fetch, boy. Anyways, I'm sorry. I'm actually not familiar with the Only Fangs group, so I can only speak in ignorance on that. But I do not actively play Classic now. I have no personal interest in it. Here, boy. Let's get you some food. What have we got here? Charred steak, burnt to a crisp, just like any denizen of Blackrock likes. Here you go, boy. I really need more food. I can do that. I wonder. Hang on a second. Ah, there it is. I knew I was going for something. That does sound horrific, Yura. Oh, that's interesting.
How deep are you willing to delve?
They like you. They really like you. Treat this pup with love. They'll be your adventuring partner for years to come.
The Dark Iron clan will forge a new future.
It's a shame that's a ground mount, as I believe all of these are. Alright, let's go show off this sucker, shall we? But first, we need to get a little bit of visibility. Okay. First and foremost. Nope, I like that. Again, that's a shame that's a ground mount, because that is sharp looking. Who's a good boy? Who's a good boy? Yeah, just someone's walking around. Ah!
Punches, lucky doos and loot.
So, the actual suit. Unfortunately, I don't have a gun, so we're just gonna live without that. But whatever, boop.
Farewell, friend of the Grummels.
God, my cloak. It's just... There we go. What do we think? I like that. Oh, I like that a lot. As usual, I think it could lose the helm. Do you notice the magma flowing through the runes? No, that's sharp. That is extremely cool looking. Ah, that's true. Dark Irons can actually drink Cinder Brew. We should send one of the Dark Irons to the Earthen as like a emissary, ambassador kind of thing. I like it. Yep, my beard is on fire. That is actually a racial thing. That really is just how my beard looks. Her son? He's kind of young. Let's wait a few years. Okay. Enough screwing around, I suppose. So let's talk... Let's talk BFA, shall we? I promised you a little bit of a speech, and that was like an hour ago. So, here we go. For most of my WoW career, I've absolutely hated BFA. And this is its big chance to change my mind. But I kind of want to explain why. One of the things I loved most, about Warcraft 3 was that it took what was at that point a fairly simple but enjoyable world and turned it into something substantially more interesting, fleshed out, nuanced. Like, Warcraft 1 was alright, and Warcraft 2 was fun, but Warcraft 3 made me fall in love with the setting. Azeroth, right? And I was very, very, very happy about that. And one of the biggest narrative points that Warcraft 3 had was challenging the old preconceptions, right? Most notably, the Horde versus Alliance. Now, there's a ton of other stuff that we could to discuss about Warcraft 3 and how it moved the setting forward, and fleshed out things, and characterization, and world building, all that. None of that matters right now, because what I want to focus on is the HVA. So, they were trying to move past the HVA, and indeed a major narrative point of Warcraft 3, Reign of Chaos, was moving past the HVA. And yeah, as we see, everyone in Warcraft 3 and Frozen Throne who is pushing the HVA is objectively wrong, and the game makes it clear that they're wrong. So when WoW was first announced, one of the first announcement bits is they talked about how the Horde and Alliance are back at war, and I was just like, oh, that's dumb. And I thought that all the way back in 2003 or 4, whatever it is, when I first got into the alpha and the beta, and when they first started showing off WoW. And I'm not trying to cast shade or dislike anything. I'm just trying to give you my perspective, because I was irritated by that before WoW came out. So WoW Vanilla came out, and the HVA was barely in the game. It was just like a factional thing where you could go and run into other people, and eventually they added Battlegrounds, and I was just like, okay, whatever. It's just the PvP angle. I could completely ignore it. BC basically did the same thing. Then Wrath hit, and the Wrath Gate hit, and I was just like... And then Cataclysm was in many ways primarily about the war, the Hellscream War, and it's just like... Okay. And by this point, I have years of investment in the series, and almost bowed out of it. I think I talked about it. But then Pandaria came along. And while Huthor will massively disagree with me on this, for me, I was just glad to finally be rid of it. Like, it's like, okay, we're no longer at war. And I was like, thank God. We're done. We're done with the HVA. It's a little late in coming, but at least it's done. It's done and gone. So, you know, we beat Garrosh, we moved on to Warlords. The HVA continued to be off in the corner. We hit Legion, and while it irritated me in Legion, as we showcased, that was not HVA. There were some issues, but for the most part, that was just a couple of rogue individuals and agents trying to stir up trouble during the Legion invasion, which actually made a lot of sense and tracked at the time, so okay, fine, I'm willing to let it go. Then the BlizzCon happened where they were announcing the next big expansion. The Magister just mentioned this in chat. I was actually streaming that live. I was already well into my streaming career by the time BFA was announced. So I was actually restreaming that, and they showed off the intro thing, and it was all about the HVA. And that was the overwhelming push, especially from the people running the crowd. Like, the guys up on the stages were constantly talking about how the Horde has betrayed your king and led to his death on the Battle of the Broken Shore, and the Alliance has been betrayed. They attacked you at this thing, and you must hate each other. And I was just like, I was so de-invested, and I mean this absolutely as an insult, that I just started playing Mega Man on stream instead of actually paying attention to whatever they were talking about. I was so massively... I can't even put it into words. I don't have another equivalent. Like, I can only make up an equivalent. Like, imagine you've been a fan of Star Wars for 30 years, and... Okay, 30 years is an exaggeration. For, like, I don't know, 10 years. 10 years. And for 10 years, they've been constantly doing this story about how the Jedi are penguins. I don't know. I'm having trouble here. You know what? Actually, I've got something. Imagine for like 10 years of Star Wars, they're constantly doing stories about how the Jedi are like super duper evil. and the Sith are actually really, really good people. And you really hate that. It almost doesn't matter if it's well written. It's just a story arc that you're really de-invested in. You have no interest in. And then they finally walk away from it, and you're like, finally. And they just start doing other stories, and it's like, yes. Oh, thank God. And then, after a few years of them doing other types of stories, and you're like, yes, they do their big announcement for the new Star Wars movie, which is all about the Jedi being pure evil and the Sith being misunderstood. And you're just like, I don't even have words to put into it. I was so de-invested from that first announcement. And then the War of the Thorns happened. And that was actually the exact moment I fell out of WoW. Obviously, that's kind of funny saying that now from the modern perspective, but it is true. At the time, I completely walked away from WoW. I had already committed at the time to doing a stream of BFA, so I did. But if you're paying attention, I have never streamed Shadowlands. In fact, I've never streamed any WoW past BFA, because I was just I was done. I was completely and 100% done with it. Now, you're probably thinking, Lord, you played into Shadowlands. Yeah, but Shadowlands was the last straw. It was BFA, early BFA, which actually cracked it. It was actually worse than that, because the whole arc is actually really funny. It's like, all right, everything's cool, everything's cool. Oh, it's terrible. Ugh. Okay. I'll do the first vanilla launch content. Ugh. And then there was the patch content for BFA. And if you've heard me talk about BFA, you've heard me do nothing but praise the patch content for BFA. And that's because at the time it was just this weird breath of fresh air. Like the first one was oh god, Najatar, Vajatar, Bagarjagu. God, I don't even remember. It is Najatar. I was right. It's Najatar, right? And this was pretty cool. Okay. I'm with this. Story's moving forward. We're getting into some more old god stuff. Okay, apparently the first patch was Battle for... So excuse me, the second patch was when things started getting better. And I'm like, Najatar, okay. And then we got into the third patch, and the third patch I was really into. Me and Pax played the piss out of the third patch. Like, I'm not even joking. We had so much fun with it, and with the world events, and with the visions of horror and all that fun stuff. Absolutely just delved into it. It was fun. It was amazing. It was incredible. I loved the gimmicks. I loved how much fun they had with it. Huge thumbs up. So we were like revitalized, right? So it was like, but then wait, it's actually really cool. And then Shadowlands. And the problem was, after those two big dips back there, after those two big dips, when we got to Shadowlands just, that was it. That's why I call it the last straw. And we didn't even go back to Shadowlands until Dragonflight was out. Completely walked away from the game. Didn't even plan to. I talked about this a lot. There was a lot of discussion that I was never planning to go back to WoW. And, yeah. So I wanted to get across all of that, because that is the burden that I have to get over in order to properly and fairly review BFA. That is the emotional baggage that I have been trying very, very hard to quietly and carefully lock into a little box over here. There we go. And just kind of quietly push over there onto the side. Because I cannot put into words how much the opening cinematic, which we're about to watch, was something that I absolutely despised.
Ours is a cycle of hatred. Alliances forged and broken. We have paid the price for sharing this world. And we have forgotten what makes us strong.
be ours!
My king, we have her cornered.
Keep firing!
I like the token Draenei. Did you see that? I actually watched some of the behind the scenes of the making of this one. It was pretty good. Their mocap team is actually really top notch. Always has been, really. Ever since they first started doing it. I do like Anduin putting down the sword and being a priest instead of a paladin, by the way. Here's a strange question. Assuredly, God, and it's even the frickin' shot. Ugh. Assuredly, they had okay, cinematics are designed way in advance. They have to be. There is so much extra work and effort that goes into the pre-rendered CGI shots, right? So those are designed like very, very, very early on, and sketched out, storyboarded, written, etc. And then, you know, the team's going to work on them. So let me ask you this question. Do you think Sylvanas was already the villain when they wrote this? Now, I think yes as well. But I also have another question which I find much more interesting, personally. Do you think the jailer existed when they wrote this? And that's part of why I mentioned the how far in advance they write things, because this was probably written and designed, like, early to mid-Legion. And I've already given what I consider to be sufficient evidence that the jailer didn't even exist until, at the absolute earliest, very late Legion. Just food for thought. Either way, I tend to agree. Because, yeah, they probably had the idea of Sylvanas being the next villain well in advance, and her playing to the sympathies of the crowd, for lack of a better way to put that, certainly is very Sylvanas. She's used to that, after all. That's what she did with the Forsaken. But the jailer? It's true, as Miristar. We did. Well before the War of the Thorns. Okay, so... I'm curious what's going to happen here.
Heroes of the Alliance, the dragon...
Every Kul Tiran shares a bond.
Meet me in
From the tides we draw our strength, our courage. For a time, we let fear and distrust divide us.
Raytheon being silenced.
Doubt. We forgot what it meant to stand as one people. As one family. Today, Kul Tiras proudly flies the Alliance flag once more. Whatever awaits us on the horizon, we will face it together.
No, that was not intended. And yes, Czar, it is a location, and it is the name of an expansion. Hey, the Siren Isle. Oh, God. Okay, hang on. The Dragon Isles! Yeah, that's great, that's great. Yeah, your husband was a monster, by the way. I just want you to know, your husband was a monster. Alright, okay, hang on, so let's go down the list. Let's go down the list. Siren Isle's been out for a few weeks now. The Dragon... Did you like how he tried to talk again? And then, like, she just started talking again and then, like, actually overrode him? What's the difference, Loke? Just want to make sure a few things are off. Cool. If you say so, Loke. Guys, I think Loke is a zealot and therefore a monster. We should kill him immediately. I actually disagree, by the way. I do not actually think he is a zealot. Legitimately, I don't. Dalen was a monster, and he was. But also, he was broken as hell. He was a broken, destroyed person who was completely PTSD crushed by the events of Warcraft 2. Now, I don't necessarily blame him for that. Warcraft 2 was pretty horrifying from an in-lore perspective. It was the unholy tide washing over an entire continent. And he was on the front lines of that. Okay.
I have no time for idle chatter.
Okay.
By wind, we Kul Tirans have always been an adventurous people. I have no doubt that your deeds will bring glory to the Alliance and pride to Kul Tiras. Please give my regards to the king. And wherever the winds take you, look always to the sea.
Okay. Oh god, what is with my bar? Oh, this is my first Kul Tiran, so this should be fun. A little bit, Uthor. But yes. Twitch is like, no. No clips for you. No clips. And yes, this means our Volpera is going to have the exact same thing happen to her. Or him? I do, actually, Yura. Why do you ask? What's the chance? Look, I know the game sucks. I know it's terrible. I know I have no... Yeah, War of the Thorns being removed is strange. Speaking of someone who absolutely despises, and I do mean despises, the War of the Thorns, why would they remove that, of all things, from the game? Like, I swear they just throw things at a dartboard to decide what actually gets ejected. I'm sorry, I mean that. There's no logic to what they eject from the game. And we've seen that as we've been going through this. Hello.
Our cause is just. Our purpose noble.
Hello, Eleazar. You realize BFA is going to score better than Legion. That's going to be so weird.
Greetings. For the Alliance. Be careful.
Okay, so that just points me to Chromie, who of course is right here. Hey Chromie, what's up?
It's so nice to see you.
Hang on, let's turn this in real quick.
Goodbye. I keep losing track.
I would like to go to BFA, please. I believe we are currently...
An urgent war council is underway. Your presence is requested in Stormwind Keep.
Sorry. I'm not actually sure if this is before or after the cinematic you just saw. Like, where we are at this exact moment. Okay, this is after Lordaeron. My bad. I thought this was actually right first. Oh, I don't know. Let's go with... that. That feels like a good one for a Uldir. One more bit of bar setting up here.
I can smell your fear.
Oh, he doesn't offer it to
Remember
me.
that the
That's
beast in the...
Hang on. Yeah, we'll bring back Ny'alotha for a second. That's what I'm assuming here, though. So I just swapped immediately. 50 makes sense. Time walking was my other idea, but the easiest way is to just go ahead and swap and just do it on Ny'alotha really quick.
Glory to Gilneas.
So let's see what happens, because we just hit a Q. My temporary solution to her armor, speaking of which. I need to get a shirt. That's what I need to do. Always use Jackson. That would make sense. That is how they tend to do things. Sure. Yep, there it is. I'll figure out a color for that in a minute. Oop. So hey, here's the battle we were just watching. Oh yeah, I suppose I should give negatives for that CGI cinematic, because I haven't given any yet. 1 billion negatives! Alright, we're good.
Heroes of the Third Fleet, steel yourselves! Report to King Greymane at once!
King's honor, friend.
Follow me. Make haste and do not stray.
No, BFA's music is BFA's music. I've been praising that since before we started this stream. God, people. Making a mess of Lordaeron. Why are we attacking Lordaeron again?
Brothers and sisters of the Alliance, hear me. The Horde's cowardly attack on Teldrassil brought war upon us and made clear what is truly at stake. Their war chief's goal was not to capture a single city, but to destroy our way of life and snuff out hope for generations to come. To secure our future, the Banshee Queen must answer for her crimes. Her dark reign ends today! Together, we will drive her evil from this land and raise our banners above Lordaeron once more! Stand as one for the Alliance!
Hey, check it out. There's the suit.
Push past the reserves and secure the battlefield.
Well, one of the... Oh my god, they're not moving. Oh my god, look at them. Look at the footmen. Look at the footmen.
So thick. These goblins must be stopped. Focus on the shredder.
Right. I am playing a warrior. Yep, that's what they mean when they say close ranks. Hover, 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 hover. We got this! Hover, 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 hover. They're still doing it. They still don't have a walking animation. Do you see that? Their legs are locked for some reason. Yeah, I don't remember if it was a 20-man or a 40-man, but yeah, this was a group thing. It's the roller skates division. Woo, we got this! Be free. Death to the Horde. They're the bad guys. Go for the Alliance. They're the good guys. I can't even say that with a straight face. Just A moving.
A little help here?
You're fine. You're fine. I rescued you.
All units to the gates.
Oh, whatever.
Victory for the Alliance.
So, there's this brand new thing. It's called oil. I mean, azurite.
It's over, Sylvanas. The walls of Lordaeron will soon come crashing down around you.
You have no idea what you're up against, boy king. We've only just begun.
I've never seen anything like it.
It's a tank, but slightly bigger. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Okay, so obviously I have a lot of ire for the HFPA thing, and I'm gonna try really, really hard to only snark about that a minimum. But you know something I am not gonna hold back on at all? Azurite. I hate Azurite. I hate what they use it as. I hate it as a concept. I hate how it comes out of absolutely nowhere, and I hate how it's basically a magic MacGuffin device. Azurite can do whatever it needs to based on whatever the writer wants it to do at the moment. And I hate that. Hey, Anduin, kill stealer! Jesus. Oh my god, look at him! He's standing on his horse. He's so...
Let it rain down upon their armies.
There must be another way, War Chief.
This is no time for sentiment, High Overlord.
You've already mass murdered thousands of civilians.
It's killing her own troops.
Destroy them!
Okay. That sucks. Let's get out of here.
She's raising their bodies. We must evacuate the wounded!
The Blight is too dangerous, my king! We cannot afford to...
The Alliance leaves no soldier behind.
Yeah, there's this game called Modern Warfare 1. Let me tell you how that worked out. Yeah, let's blight our own city. Jesus Christ. I get it. She is evil, and her goal here is to kill as many people as possible on all sides. She is very clearly no longer anything. Oh my god. Ugh! Let's just get out of that nonsense. Listen, faction. Oh my god, here comes the roller skate division. That's just a thing now. That's a thing, the roller skate division. Here's Unix. Throw a fist. No, I have not, and I probably won't anytime soon. Give me one moment. You caught me at an odd time here. Whoop, I missed one. No! Okay. You're dead. I left them behind. Oh my god. Game? Game! A weapon to smash Metal Gear? Die! Again, I mean, oh jeez, okay. Out!
Our siege towers are lost. Our numbers are waning.
Father, help me. I need your guidance. I need...
Dude, your dad is worse than dead, okay? He gone.
The Blight has broken our ranks!
Our assault has been for nothing.
So... Okay.
What now?
Remember her? No, seriously, she was, like, completely absent from Legion. And she's sort of suddenly back.
Forward!
How did she know the battle was happening here? Why did she bring the ship?
China! The wall!
mean, it makes sense. All three Warbringers are before this, Lordaeron.
We end this now.
How did she... You know what? I don't even care. I don't even care. I don't even care.
Jaina, thank the light you've come. You are sorely needed in this fight.
I stand with you, my king. The Horde will pay for its crimes. I'll block off the entrance so our forces can regroup.
We're gonna hear her singing later. Alright, Zappy boy. I'm bringing you down.
Won't hold for long. We should not linger here.
Sound advice. Sylvanas didn't have much time to prepare for this attack, but we cannot afford to underestimate her. Everyone, fall into position. We strike on my command. Again, I need you to cover our backs. It's too risky to funnel everyone through the side of the keep all at once. There will certainly be traps.
Agreed. I'll guard the rear flank.
Let's move.
Jaina, block the exits. Don't let them call for reinforcements.
Can I help you? Are you literally invincible? Jesus Christ. It's okay, I got the roller skaters on my side. You know my favorite part about this? We're killing orcs, trolls, Thorns. Not a lot of Forsaken here. Just something to keep in mind. Yep, the roller... Oh my god, they really are the roller skate division. You're on Ojunix. Have a good one. I wonder when they decided the mechanism of death was broken. Like, they had to have decided that pretty early, because, again, you have to decide that stuff pretty early thanks to how production cycles work. Just food for thought. I really wish I knew even more. I know a lot of behind-the-scenes stuff about WoW, but I wish I knew even more about it, because I would love to know some of the specifics, you know? See, I could see it either way, which is part of why I was curious. Like, either they planned it, which, yeah.
Excellent work, everyone. Let's keep moving.
I'm ready.
Or they retconned it, which lined up. I only mention it because...
It is you who is outnumbered now.
Hello, Nathanos.
That army is enormous. Give the word and I will teleport us to safety.
If we turn tail now, we just become prey. No. We will fight. and die if we must, for what we believe in.
What do we believe in again?
King Anduin.
Victory for the Forsaken!
Alliance, hold your ground!
Let us even the odds, King Ring.
Illyria, thank the light you've made it.
I am known for my timing, Your Majesty. Mekatork, are you ready for battle?
Indubitably! I brought some extra machines for backup. Feel free to give them a spin.
Jaina,
is he even doing damage?
Help me with Blightcaller and Lordaeron. Illyria, take the rest of our troops and focus on routing the enemy army.
As you wish. Champions, with me!
My machines are at your command!
Look who joins the fray. Good. I was hoping you'd keep this interesting.
I assure you, Blightcaller, the pleasure is all mine.
Yeah, those two have a little bit of history.
Those traitors must be dealt with.
Traitors? Really, Lordaeron? Okay, he's not the only Horde leader hit with the idiot ball this expansion. Actually, we do, Mr. Floyd Pinkerton. It's in the vignette, which we'll be showing off, I'm not sure when exactly.
Bane! Pull them back!
Retreat!
Anduin? Anduin? What the? What?
They must not escape.
Says the top of her hair.
The Horde is falling back again? What is their strategy here?
That accursed blight blocks our path. Our forces can't follow her.
We can't let the war chief escape. Capturing her is the only way to win this war.
Understood. We will not let you go alone.
Mekatork, can your flying machines get us past this blight?
I don't have many of them, but the ones I do are at your disposal.
So be it. Champions, with me. Mekatork, backtrack through the keep with the rest of our forces and station them at Brill. Be ready to strike on my command.
You got it!
Yeah, we've got roller skates and spring boots. Those are great.
Stand aside, Saurfang. This war is not yours to bear alone, and there is no honor in killing you.
Your father was a man of honor, boy. You know nothing of the sort. I will never stand down. I eat, sleep, and die by the sword. What price have you paid for your people?
My father gave everything for the Alliance. The question is, are you willing to do the same for the Horde?
My life for the Horde!
Okay. Remember, never be in front of Varrock when he's cleaving. Very important. What's amusing is this is after Old Soldier, too. That's like 4 cutscenes that happened before these events. But last I checked, Old Soldier, that is to say, the first bit of the entire Old Soldier movie, is not actually in the game. That sucks. Because that's a cutscene that's gonna get, would have gotten some positives. And isn't. It's really weird because I'm 90% certain that all the other ones are still currently in the game. But the first one? I'm telling you, they just like to eject things randomly.
Alliance, hold!
No. I demand an honorable death.
My father once said that Varrock Sourfang embodied the honor of the Horde. He admired you for that. And so do I. Listen to me. There is no honor in this.
That is not for an Alliance king to decide.
At this moment, it is. Take him to the stockades. When I return, we will speak of honor, and how it may yet be reclaimed.
If you return.
We've done it. Sylvanas will finally answer for her crimes. Champions, to my side.
Game? There it goes.
Look at you. The boy's playing soldier.
Our king just routed your army!
Muzzle your dog, Your Majesty.
Sylvanas Windrunner, you have led the Horde to a place without honor. Lordaeron is ours. It's over.
Your father would be so proud. Is that his? You've gotten it all bloody.
Only one of us wanted this war.
You call for peace when it suits you, little lion. But you're quick enough to kill.
I should have killed you when last we met.
How rude, sister. You're a guest in my home.
Your home? You desecrate that throne with your filth! Enough!
You put the torch to Teldrassil. But I failed those who burned. I will not make that mistake again. Surrender. Or die.
You've won nothing.
Zane, anything to say about that? No? Lordaeron? Oh, okay. I'm tempted to keep showing this out of order, because clearly the game wants me to. But I could be... I don't want to be excessively mean. So all I'm going to say is that a lot of this is being showed weirdly out of order. Let's go catch up a little bit, shall we? Speaking of which... Oh yeah, and obviously an abandonment negative for War of Thorns. Duh. Listen, you had to be there, okay? If you weren't there, sucks to be you. So... most of this was pretty in order when it was new. But near as I can tell, and I am admittedly presuming a little bit here, I'm pretty sure the quest I just got, the moment that I selected BFA as my leveling area, excuse me, is it gives me the quest to I think, go do like the initial startup thing, which leads to Kultiras, or, if I was the Horde, to go to Dazar'alor. And then we just immediately start the new zones. The problem is there's actually quite a few events that happen before that. Now, some of those events, most of those events are actually still in the game, but unless you have a desire to go up to, say, Darkshore during the Warfront thing, you're not going to see those, and I don't even remember where the other two are off the top of my head. So you're not going to see those elsewise. And, of course, unless you go talk to the Archivist, who I just talked to, you're not going to see the actual battle for Lordaeron. Yeah, once again, this is just more... this is honestly more of the same. The problem... this is speculative. The problem, I think, is that BFA is firmly in the post-Pandaria era, where they were trying harder than they had been before to make a cohesive, singular MSQ. One solid story. One plot, excuse me. Going through the course of the expansion. Which is fine, except they were still doing business as usual with regards to how that plot was being showcased. BFA, in my experience, is probably the worst expansion, yeah, and then there's the onboarding thing, is probably the worst expansion for actually being able to perceive all of the content. I'm saying that wrong. Let me try that again. BFA is the most FF14 of the expansions, because the only real way to be able to access and perceive all of BFA is to do all of it. It is very chained. I've complained about this before. In fact, I will be giving it negatives for that. Because you have to do X in order to do Y in order to do Z. And the problem with that is, if you're only interested in Z... oh, I overshot her. There she is.
Greetings. Be careful.
So, yeah. I have to be a little cautious here. It should be right around here, I want to say? No, this is a PvP area. Does anyone remember where it is exactly? This one's like right around here. On the map? Yeah, you notice Teldrassil looks a little different.
You need something?
Oh, here we go.
Go.
So this is the worst vignette in the game. The only one that might not be a cavalcade of positives.
Secure the beach. Prepare to invade the tree.
Why? Why? You've already won. Only innocents remain in the tree.
This is war.
No. This is hatred. Rage.
I have no idea what's so quiet.
Windrunner, you were defender of your people. Do you not remember?
I remember. A fool. Take her! Run!
So that's Death Knight Arthas at the head of the Scourge. Power slide! Sorry.
Life is pain. Hope fails. Now you understand.
And there's Sylvanas' motives as a villain in one sentence.
Ah, don't grieve. You'll soon join your loved ones.
I grieve for you. You've made life your enemy. And that is a war you'll never win. You can kill us, but you cannot kill hope.
Can't I? Burn it. Burn it!
Now this is completely retconned, but one thing I actually like about this is the implication that she actually decided on the moment, on a whim, to do this. The problem is that that's not actually true. But it would be very in character for the villain they were building at this point in time. Cruel, vindictive, and petty. Someone who was so ruined and destroyed and broken. Someone who completely and utterly lost hope. Yeah. And so now Teldrassil is on fire. You may have heard me refer to this incident as the atrocity of Teldrassil. Once again, that is actually my terminology, not the game's. There's a reason I call it that. There's actually a story that covers it. There's actually several things that talk about the atrocity of Teldrassil. It is not a pleasant event. As was mentioned in the cutscene you just saw, pretty much all that was left in the city, in the tree, was civilians. So... the moon is completely blocking out the light, too. That's a loon. It's not obvious. Does anyone remember where Janet's is? As in the physical location to go to see it. I don't remember right now, and I'm trying to type up some notes, and I'd really appreciate if someone could help me with that really quick, please. I remember where Ashara's is, and I'm okay with waiting on that one. I have to go into the Siege of Boralus. Okay, I can do that. I think I can do that. How do I do the Siege on Horde? Can I do Siege on Horde? Sure. So her goal for the Horde here was to try and kill as many people as possible. The reason the Horde went along with it is because of bad writing. Remind me where the mythics are. I haven't done mythics in War Within yet, so I don't know where the portal room is. Sorry, real quick. I could be more kind than that statement, but that's the bottom line. So the Banished one was very, very big on hear me out, Huther. For real, hear me out. The Banished one was really big on shock and awe moments. He really, really liked that. Like, if you ever pay attention to anything he's ever written, that's one of his big modus operandi, is just the shocking moment. Now, what has usually happened historically is that other people have done the necessary framework for that to work, right? As we've talked about... Oh, I see it, I think. As we've talked about many times in this show, not just in, like, WoW, for shock to actually have any real impact, thank you, what you need is you need to have build-up and setup, and then you need to have some follow-through, right? Now, whether they had follow-through or not, that's something we'll get to later, but the problem is the build-up and the setup weren't actually very well done. Now, I think a lot of that's because of everything that was happening at this point. Remember, by the time that quest came out, he was already canned. Oh, here we go. This looks like Boralus. Guard sound. That sounds about right. Oh yeah, by the way, this is a great feature that I don't think I can give a positive to till Dragonflight, but can I just say I love this feature? Also, that's a skybox right there. Just saying. Anyways. Come on, game. There we go. So there's this big shocking moment, and he wanted his big shocking moment. And I think with proper build-up and proper setup, it could have actually... Where the hell did it put me? What? Okay, I'm going to accept that. I think it actually could have worked, but the problem is they were going through all kinds of crap. They were... he had been fired. He didn't keep notes. Nobody really knew exactly what he was going for in that, and they still only had, honestly, probably at this point, an outline of where the story was going. There's also a lot of evidence that the general coordination during this point in time, writing-wise, was problematic, I think is the word I want to use. Very cataclysm, right? Writers literally not talking to each other in the office. So... issues, right? I feel like what he wanted was a big moment, and he's not a great writer, so he needed other good writers to make it work, and they couldn't and or didn't. And that's why I say bad writing. It might be slightly more accurate to say bad execution. The idea was they wanted to have this whole big shocking thing to really zoom the camera in on exactly what the Horde is and the soul of the Horde and blah, blah, blah. And that was almost assuredly something that wasn't actually intended when they originally came up with the shock value moment. That's most likely what they came up with to justify the shock value moment. Now, that's speculative. But the point remains, the Horde goes along with it because plot. And that is ultimately the answer to that. Where's this? I already passed it. Hello? Is that it? Put that heroic here. Okay. Okay, ignore all this. None of this is happening yet.
Heroes, we'll secure
I've never
the
done this dungeon.
push further into the district. With any luck, we'll drive this.
What?
From the city
What?
before high tide.
What? Oh, it's current. It's current. That's a problem. There is no normal. Siege of Boralus has no normal mode. Okay, you know what? Let's do our due diligence. Let's check. Let's poke our head right back out. I kind of liked how there was just an NPC that just had all of these back in Legion. That was nice, you know? Whoa, what? What? Where the hell am I?
Oh my. Looks as if Boralus is already in its death throes.
And now they're level 60?
Remember,
what?
Our primary objective is seizing Lady Ashvane's Azerite weapons.
Okay.
Here, might as well see what other treasures we can find. I'll circle above and call out anything that looks interesting.
Fascinating. When did they add a normal version to this? Let's turn off the sound, because we're not here yet. We're not here. We're not here. Does anyone know where the footlocker is? Hello? Okay, so that's a little bit ahead of here. Okay. You know, I don't actually know, Lordaeron. Although that would be its own problem, wouldn't it? Yeah, I can see it. I can see it up there. So, I should also defend myself. Part of the reason I mentioned that that was the worst vignette in the game is because it is. But it's still probably going to be net positive. The power slide's still dumb, though. I don't care if it's stylized. It's still dumb. By contrast, this is actually one of my personal favorites, even though I think the third one, which we won't be seeing for a while, is better. But this is a personal favorite of mine. The footlocker contains a number of Lord Admiral Dalen Proudmoore's personal effects. Among them is a rolled letter, sealed with a sea green wax and stamped with the Proudmoore crest. The parchment tears easily and requires careful handling, as it appears the ink has been largely washed away by tide and time. Perhaps someone can restore the letter and reveal its contents. Maneater. But no, at least part of the reason this one works for me so well is I actually know this song. I can sing this song. No, I'm not going to do it on camera. I haven't had a chance to practice or stretch my lungs. And frankly, I would rather die than actually sing in public. But I'm rather fond of this song. Oh god, Loa of Sharks. I sure hope not, Ny'alotha, because if it is, we're about to get struck by that. By the way, could someone spell Dalaran, or whatever her name is, his name for me really quick, please? The sentinel who was in charge of the defense of Darkshore. It is a shanty, and I am quite fond of shanties. Dalaran, that's pretty close.
Yes. Remember, patience, discipline.
I'll think about that in a minute.
Dark Lady watch over you.
Part of what I like about this song is it makes it clear that Dalen was wrong. This whole expansion's going to be doing that, actually. So this is Theramore.
Beware, beware, the daughter of the sea. Beware, I heard him cry. His words carried upon the ocean breeze as he sank beneath the tide. Those blood-soaked shores of Kalimdor, where sailors fought and died, the admiral fell at Theramore because she left his side. Why this, so daughter of the sea? Why this, did she forget her seaside days? Always the pride of our nation's eyes. How could she go astray? When she did flee, cross the ocean deep, the admiral followed west. What else but sail to save a daughter's life and pray she stood to breath. But there he found upon those distant shores enemies on the rise. But when he faced those savage foes, his daughter stood aside and buried deep beneath the waves, betrayed by family, to his nation with his last breath cried, beware the daughter of the
Maybe I'm moving from a bit of hindsight, but it's so obvious. It is literally propaganda. And it's her being crushed by her own guilt. Why do you think she accepts the punishment her mother gives her?
listening now? Father.
Yeah, he was never there. He's been dead for years. Dead and buried.
I heard, across a moonlit sea, the old voice warning me. Beware, beware, the daughter of the sea. Beware, beware of me.
Yeah, Laura Bailey actually practiced in saying that herself, by the way. She's done a few interviews about how challenging that was to go through. I don't know if she's a trained singer or not, but... Poor Jaina. Yeah, one or two positives. Where is this guy? The archivist. Really? There she is.
I'm listening. Dark Lady, watch over you.
You're right. It's the lovely revelers. These are the best God of War reference ever. No, I know you're talking about. I'm talking about over here. Thank. No? Actually, I don't. Oh, there they are. God, I'm stupid. There they are. Who's right next to him? Yes, there's Kratos. And there's Atreus.
What do you require?
Soldiers of the Horde, the time has come. Our enemies strike against the Undercity and seek to claim Lordaeron for their own. The Undercity is no longer safe for civilians. The war rages above, and dozens of spies have infiltrated our walls. We have herded the cowards to the Mage District and have secured the rest of the city. Your mission is to flush these worms out of hiding, eliminate them, and ensure that our citizens are evacuated safely to Orgrimmar.
Interesting way to start the Horde version. Evacuating civilians.
I'm listening. Trust no one.
I'm not making a commentary, it is just interesting that that's where they decided to start the Horde section. I might be overleveled for this.
More spies! We have them cornered!
We've been compromised! I got the intel. We just gotta make it out of here with it. Plan B it is, then.
Druids of the Claw! Attack!
Also, notice that they're already setting up the bombs. You know, the bombs that eventually Sylvanas will set off at the end of the cutscene. I have to admit, I have a soft spot for shanties, especially good shanties. Maybe it's because I'm a terrible singer, so shanties are some of the only types of songs I have any kind of competence at actually singing.
The tunnels have been secured! Open the gate!
They sprang from the shadows. They're everywhere.
Yeah, I noticed he has the one shoulder pad on. Oh, and yes, I was one of those.
I haven't got him.
No time to waste! Open a portal to the keep, and we will report to the War Chief!
Is the Undercity evacuated?
Yes, War Chief.
Then it's time to finish this once and for all. Sarfang, rally your troops. I will prepare the Azerite machine.
Champions, your War Chief commands you. It is time to take arms against the Alliance.
No.
Their numbers are strong, but we are stronger. We are the Horde. We crush those who would bring us harm! Lordaeron!
Song from Warlords, by the way. We'll talk more about Azerite later. Don't worry. I was too. No roller skaters this time. I'm sad.
It's over, Sylvanas! The walls of Lordaeron will soon come crashing down around you!
You have no idea what you're up against, Boy King. We've only just begun.
I've never seen anything like it. Anything made can be broken. Gen, follow me!
Riflemen, lock and load! Advance!
Forget the army. We can deal with them later. Blast the siege towers!
Sorry, I'm just amused at the idea that someone somewhere went back and fixed the zone for the Horde, but not the Alliance. I sincerely doubt it's true, but the idea amuses me tremendously.
Archers, knock your arrows! Advance!
You don't, Spartan. Sorry. Depends on which side you're on. There's an NPC right by the Mage Tower called Archivist something. And there's an NPC in the bridge on the Valley of Wisdom in Orgrimmar, who is also called Archivist something. That's how you see both sides.
Ladies and gentlemen, rev those engines! Attack!
If I had known this didn't scale, I probably wouldn't have taken my level 80 in raid gear, but whatever. Ah! Kill Stealer! He's still standing on the horse.
Let it rain down upon their armies.
There must be another way, War Chief.
This is no time for sentiment, High Overlord.
We must murder our own people.
Direct approach.
It's killing her own troops.
Also, I've always hated Anduin's lion mask thing. His helmet.
Destroy them!
Gas masks! Get your gas masks here! And if you're feeling sassy, you can grab one of these backpacks and get to work!
Why, yes. I would love to go and mass murder Alliance with mustard gas.
Your brothers and sisters lie wounded on the battlefield. There is no honor in this victory if we abandon our own.
Slay them all, champions! Mark my words. King Anduin and his army did not come here for their amusement. They mean to destroy us. Show them no mercy, for they would show you none in return.
Maintain your honor, heroes. Look, Narash.
BFA is interesting because it is, to my knowledge, the first major time they have given us this kind of a choice. There's been a couple of very, very minor choices here and there, like, do you remember the shovel quest back in Hillsbrad? Little stuff like that. But there's an entire quest arc which is different in BFA, depending on if you support Sylvanas or don't.
The Blight has broken our ranks!
Our assault
has been for nothing.
Yeah, okay, so we've seen this one, so moving on. So Jaina shows up. Okay. Right, it's allowing time to wait for the cutscene. This really is FF14 again. They're actually allowing for time to pass for the cutscene to play. Yeah, right now Jaina's like assaulting with her ship, and sorry, I should just let it play. I didn't even think about it. That's my bad. That's my fault. So just pretend we're still watching the ship and the arcane things, and
Everyone, move!
oh, there we go.
Cut them off with the reserves. Do not let them pass. Sarfang, where did you go?
Leave it to me, Dark Lady. I will lead the reserves in the assault. The Alliance will go no further. I swear it.
Meet with Lordaeron, quickly. Do not fail me, Nathanos.
I obey, my queen.
He really is such a simp.
Heroes, follow me.
Nathanos is fascinating because I kind of hate his guts, but God, he is such a great actor.
Bane, gather the catapults and every apothecary you can find. Send them to the keep at once.
Like, he is such a slime ball.
But where is Sourfang?
There is no time. We have but precious moments before we lose our terrain advantage. The choke point we create will funnel them through the side of the keep and thin their ranks. With us out in the open, we will outnumber them 10 to 1.
Understood. I will meet you as soon as I can.
No. Lordaeron and I will handle the interlopers. I can't risk leaving the war chief unguarded. You are not to leave her side.
How long are you expecting to hold them off? What is the war chief's strategy?
It is better if she tells you herself. Now go! Champions, with me! We rally in the keep. Your war chief commands it.
No, I'm good. This is the 133rd WoW VOD. Salty Turnip.
Lordaeron, command our rangers from the flank. Position them on the rooftops.
With pleasure.
Hey, Lordaeron, do you remember leading a rebellion against an evil war chief? No? Okay.
Blight throwers, you are our front line. You will create a swath of blight between us and the enemy. Soldiers, fall into position! The Alliance approaches!
When we're done, I plan to tally up some numbers and figure out where the actual halfway point is in WoW. Because I'm actually kind of curious. I'm predicting it's somewhere in Kata. Because Kata skews the numbers a lot. Kata was gargantuan.
It is you who is outnumbered now.
That army is enormous. Give the word and I will teleport us to safety.
If we turn tail now, we just become prey. No. We will fight. And die if we must, for what we believe in.
Your time is up, King Anduin. Victory for the Forsaken!
Alliance, hold your ground!
Let us even the odds.
King Ray.
Anyways, while they're yammering, I'm looking at the numbers here, right? So, Burning Crusade was about 70 hours. Wrath of the Lich King was a little bit shorter. Mist of Pandaria was about 50 hours. Warlords was 30. Legion, which I remember was a chonker, and we got delayed because of padding, was 90 hours. Cataclysm was 185. Like, I'm actually really curious exactly where that one's going to line up. Come here, Greymane. Come here, come here, buddy. Oh, you got some health, don't you, boy? It's okay. I can do that, too. Aw.
Sure you, Blightcaller.
Hey, let's see if we have the hop. Come on, give me the hop.
Bane! Pull them back!
Retreat!
Guys? And hop!
They must not escape.
Roller skate division, unite!
Follow Nathanos to the courtyard. I will block the Alliance from behind. Keep moving!
Yeah, imagine the army's just watching that like, what? Yeah, I always find myself wondering how bugs get cropped in as patches go forward. I understand code, really.
Almost there. Make haste, heroes.
I understand that there's a lot of unexplained and unexpected things when it comes to code. But it's always funny how many things get broken further on down the line. And it's like, who knows how or why? And of course, who cares? It's old content. Nobody cares about old content. We don't have an old content division team. Get out of here.
So good of you to finally show up, High Overlord.
I had to see it for myself. Was this your plan all along? Is this how you meant to achieve victory? This honorless travesty?
Honor means nothing to a corpse, Sarfang.
She would know.
You have the luxury of underestimating death. But it is something with which I am intimately familiar. Maybe you don't care if your people die so long as it's honorable, but to me, this horde is worth saving. Anyone who disagrees does not deserve to stand among us. So die your warrior's death, High Overlord Sarfang. It means little to me. Perhaps I will raise your broken body to serve me once more.
She says this right in front of Bane, by the way.
Perhaps you will have a chance to say hello to your son.
Jesus Christ.
With me. You are invited to bear witness to the grand finale.
Yeah. I think this is a little different.
You abandoned Sauerfang to die out there!
It is the death he wanted. If that troubles you, you're free to join him. Or you can tend to the living. The choice is yours.
For the Horde.
Sorry.
You know what must be done. Go, my champion. Look at you.
I don't remember if there's anything different here. So I'm just gonna let it play.
Our king just routed your army!
Muzzle your dog.
Oh, by the way, notice this is the second time that the Horde effectively see more of the story in their cutscenes. Thanks, Legion, for establishing
You have led
that.
the Horde to a place without honor. Lordaeron is ours. It's over.
Your father would be so proud. Is that his? You've gotten it all bloody.
Only one of us wanted this war.
You call for peace when it suits you, little lion. But you're quick enough to kill.
I should have killed you when last we met.
How rude, sister. You're a guest in my home.
Your home? You desecrate that throne with your filth!
Enough! You put the torch to Teldrassil. But I failed those who burned. I will not make that mistake again. Surrender. Or die.
Why would she, Ny'alotha? She came straight here. And she's been busy doing girl things during Legion.
You've won nothing.
Okay, there we go. Are we done? Okay. Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, her Banshee form hasn't been in the game since Warcraft 3, I want to say. And even then, that was kind of retconned out of existence. So this is the first time she showed off, you know, that thing. With the advantage of hindsight, we can now tell that that's part of her pact with the Shadowlands, whether the jailer or not. Yeah, this... I'm not going to hold this against the game, because I don't. That's not how that works. But from the perspective of a player playing at the time, can I just say I hated the developers at WoW, and I hated a lot of the discussions about WoW when BFA was live. There was probably more toxicity during Legion and BFA amongst the player base than I personally have ever seen in this MMO's history. Now, I know that's extremely anecdotal, but I am also partially speaking as a streamer, someone who regularly opens himself up to comments and streaming. So, it was extraordinarily unpleasant to go through. Sorry, I'm thinking really quick. Oh, definitely in Legion. We talked about that already. The Broken Shore... Like, we talk about Taraho, but the Broken Shore has been brought up and argued about since forever.
I have many lucky doos you like. May your feet find good trails.
Yeah, no, it was pretty bad. Again, anecdotally. But like I said, the developers and the writers went way out of their way. That's what I was trying to think of with it. Thank you. Way out of their way to encourage that crap. Stoking the flames. I just mentioned that BlizzCon announcement. Good example of that. I'm going to reiterate that I'm irritated that I have to do this, but whatever. And this is just the first one, right? Yep. Cool. Metzen left at Legion, yeah. early Legion. So effectively, when Legion launch content was done, he was already out. Like, that was his last contribution until we're not sure when. And the reason I say that so vaguely is because Metzen never 100% left. That's just how that is. They just kept bringing him back to do voice acting, consulting, and occasional things. So how much influence or perspective he had is very debatable. I don't remember Lunaris. Could be. Hell of a BlizzCon if that's the one. So allow me to say with great regret, so the whole Old Soldier thing is amazing. The whole sequence. It's like 20 minutes of just suddenly movie level, actually better than movie quality cinematics. I'm just going to say that. Out of absolutely freaking nowhere. It was just phenomenal. It is a goddamn shame that this exact one, the first one, is not in the game, and therefore I cannot give it any positives, because if I could, you would see that positive counter explode. Yeah, this is arcane levels of quality here. Or higher. Oh, actually, before we get started, can I just... I have to draw attention to this. Pay attention to Saurfang's expression, his voice, and his body language when he says, too many. It's the only thing I'm going to pull attention to now. We're probably going to go through this twice, because there's a lot going on here. God damn it. Sorry, I forgot YouTube does that. It's really irritating. Give me 1 second. I hate that YouTube does that now. That is a new thing. It's funny that we can demonstrably point to different ways in which YouTube has gotten worse over the last few years. Terrible, but funny.
Oh, Lord Saurfang. How many do you think?
Too many.
There is no honor in this. They will come for us now. All of them!
My father, Hikazi. He fought with you in the Third War. He told me stories. How you could cut down 10 enemies with a single blow. This be my first battle. What should I do?
Don't die.
Yes, of course, but if I do fall, may it be with honor, in glorious command.
There will be no glory today. Only pain. earned your warrior's death, my son. Yet once again, I am denied it.
What are you doing?
Claiming what is mine.
God, I love Varroc's voice actor. Although Rakan's is really good, too. In case you missed that, he's going out to the entire army with no armor. Brought his weapon.
Go back.
Takes off his shoulder pad.
I said go back! Live another day. Go back to your father.
I can't. He's dead. The Horde. It's all we have.
So, you know me. Is that it? What I've seen? What I've done? Oh, give up, boy.
Like you?
Varroc is the old soldier. All that implies.
Live another day.
God damn. God damn.
Without armor?
Unironically, one of the best cinematics. Not in the game! God dang it! Some of you may remember, back when this was new, I did a rather thorough and in-depth analysis of this trailer. So I actually know it. I've already studied it. There is so much detail. It is crazy how many tiny little details they put into that. Like, just, oh, man. Oh my God, the lighting, the animation, the voice acting, the music, the background audio, the quiet little acknowledgement of the fact that Rakan's a shaman, the animation, which is insane. Did you notice? I can't give it any positives. It's not in the game. I can't give it any positives. Varroc is, there's a tiny little thing. This is a good shot right here to emphasize it. Right here, you can see Varroc's head peeking out over Rakan's. They're probably thinking, and? Orcs are pretty big, canonically, but they're not that big. Varroc, I'm just putting this up because even for an orc, Varroc is a giant. And he carries that weight. It's not just, I'm big and impressive. Varroc moves like he is a giant. Everything about his weight, everything about how he operates, there's a sort of almost that kind of slow deliberation to how he moves, right? You've seen it. You saw it that entire sequence. Everything he does moves as if he's just a little bit sized up from a normal person. Like even this little tidbit here. Look at how gargantuan his fingers are compared to the chest armor that he's carving into in order to reach that. And yeah, God, he's got so much weight dragging him down. And then, of course, the movement there against his son's chest, the beating heart of the Horde. They don't say this in the movie. They don't need to. His son's name means, right? You've done the raid before. Heart of Draenor. His name means Heart of Draenor. That's crazy. I'm sorry. I'm gushing because it's insane. The absolute level of quality on display here is bonkers. So he goes out to claim what is his. Even just watch his movement. Look at how he's moving. Every step is this big, slow, plodding step. Now, immediate contrast. Rakan comes in. Notice how he has to take 2 steps for every one of Varroc's. Starts taking off the armor. I love this because he kind of gets it. You can tell that Rakan kind of gets it. But he also has no idea what he's doing. He has nowhere to go. He has no follow back. He has no concept. He's a kid. He's out here looking at one of the most venerated and honored warriors of the Horde ever. And he's just, all right, okay. All right. You could just tell there's no plan here. There's no idea of what he's doing. And then there's this wonderful little tidbit. Watch this.
I said go back.
Casual shove. Did you see that? Casual shove with one arm. Rakan was shoved back almost 20 feet and stumbles to his knees because of the sheer force of that one little shove. Now, I'm sorry to keep emphasizing this kind of thing, but it's all these details that push this up even above all of the wonderful significance and thematic awesomeness and characterization, all that. It's so obvious because it also helps add to the difference in capacity. Rakan he's just a kid. Varroc is a giant. Just like we are. Just the main characters are in a while.
Good day. Go back to your father.
I can't. He's dead.
And that's the only thing that actually catches Varroc's attention.
The Horde. It's all we have.
And that pisses Varroc off. The Horde is all we have.
So, you know me. Is that it? What I've seen? What I've done?
Then he shoves him with 2 hands, and Rakan goes right to the ground. He actually has trouble getting up, and he is visibly injured. But then Rakan proves why he's so freaking awesome.
Like you?
I'm sorry, the balls on this man. I legitimately think that Varroc might have actually killed him in this moment out of sheer, in-the-moment bloodlust. Calling Varroc out like that. And remember, the reason I've been emphasizing the whole gap between Rakan and Varroc is because the movie is emphasizing that gap to showcase how much Rakan is a flea compared to the elephant that is Varroc. And it is Rakan who calls Varroc out. You can see in his face, God, I love the facial animation. You can see in his face, Rakan is legitimately scared here. He knows that he might be pushing this a little bit too far. But he doesn't understand the specifics of the significance, but he doesn't have to. He just was paying attention. He doesn't know what it means to Varroc. All he knows is that it means to Varroc. And so he gives him the plea a child would to their father.
Live another day.
And that really cuts through all of it. And he does the same motion that he did on his son to Rakan. God damn, that's good. Sorry. Just, also... Yeah, exactly. Exactly. The Horde isn't up there with that banner. It's down here in Rakan's hands. God damn, this is good. Excuse me. Also, really quick, you thought I was joking about the size thing. Look, just take in for a second the size of Varroc's hand against Rakan's chest. Remember, trolls are big. Like I've shown it in the game, trolls are tall. They're lanky, but they are very, they're not small individuals. And that his head is almost the size of Rakan's chest. And then, I mean, that's a good shot right there to help emphasize the difference. God dang. Anyways, and then of course Varroc shows, a little bit of that humor, which he is actually known for.
Without armor.
Did you see that Rakan was actually crying there? And struggling to go pick up his armor on his way out. One more battle, huh? Oh my god! Phenomenal cutscene. Yeah, Rakan, I keep calling him Rakan because we know that now. They didn't even give him a frickin' name. Or it's Zekon. Oh my god, I'm actually screwing up his name. I've actually been screwing up his name this whole time. I apologize. Zekon. Oh god, how many positives would that have been? Oh, I don't even know. I'd have to sit and process. A lot. Many positives. Like music direction, animation, like animation on a per scene level, pacing. You missed one of the best cutscenes in existence, Ross. God, I don't even know what else. Theme, character, voice acting. I'm actually going to go so far as to say internal continuity. Theme cover symbolism. So anyways, enjoy. And I knew this walking in. Negative to the game. Old soldier. I've actually thought about this a lot. I was sitting and trying to process this because I was very torn on this. Usually these kind of things are merely absences of positives. But this is so significant. Regardless of the quality. Let's just ignore the quality for a second. This is so significant of a cutscene. Establishes many things and will be followed through on in the game, by the way. We will see the rest of the cutscenes in game, but the first one, for some reason, the big one, isn't. Negative to story, abandonment. What in the hell? I don't understand anything. There are cutscenes they have shoved into game after the fact. They could have easily dropped that. It's a frickin' MP4 file, right? Or whatever format they use. They could have just dropped it into the game and had an NPC say, "Hey, do you want to see the beginning of Lord Sourfang's journey?" Boom, done. You could have just done that. But you didn't. It like so many other problems in WoW, it is so easy to fix, and that kind of makes it more irritating, you know? It's like, did you... Okay. I didn't actually know it was in the files. That's even worse. That is actually worse somehow. Okay. Again, I do get that Blizzard was going through some things at this point in time. It certainly helps to explain a few things. Man.
You thought you could hide. Little did you know.
Is that better?
No, not my bed! No, not my bed! Give me my bed back.
No. No, what? You can't just say no. You're not allowed to just conquer my bed. What is going on? Why did you write on your face? What's going on? Why did you write all over your face? Is it dinner time?
I've been trying to sleep on the couch upstairs, but it's too bright.
Oh, okay. Why there's a negative for Varrock being okay with Teldrassil? That sounds like a joke, Huthor. Perfect. Okay, so. Well, the answer, the actual legitimate answer is execution. But either way, I'm being called to dinner. So we'll actually, I swear, we'll start the zones tomorrow. Yeah, I guess end statement. So, tomorrow, we'll actually start BFA proper. And hopefully get to some positives. See you guys.